call to order. And I'm really bad about knowing exactly what I'm supposed to do because I'm not savvy on that, even though I've been doing this for a while. So meeting is called to order. I don't like to do that. You're more than welcome to do it. Just. He's so mean to me. Pledge of Allegiance is next.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna
Swords and boots, wow, what's a hammer?
go down the roll call. Kathy Gwynn's here.
Kathleen Harris here.
Lacey Grisette here.
Here.
Jerry Hall here.
It's
You
at,
need cue cards.
I know, I do, I swear, okay. Any,
Excuse me, are we done with roll call? I didn't hear any of that. Are we done?
yes,
Yeah, just now.
I want to introduce somebody before we get going. For those of you that don't know, this is Captain Dominic Bartow. Captain Manus and Captain Bartow have recently switched from one side of the building to the other. That normally happens every couple of years, and that just happened July 1. He has been in this position before. He has been to the meeting years ago.
I remember him, yeah.
Previously, but he is back, and because he's back to this in his new capacity over here, he is one to come here. So, Dominic Bartow.
Hop back up
Welcome
again.
aboard again. Welcome back.
All back to board.
Awesome.
Where it all started.
Yeah.
Happy to be back with you guys and listen to what you have to say and go over that. So thank you very much. Welcome, you guys. You're welcome. And I'll see you guys at the meeting. So.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying over, and I know it's been a long, hot day, but thank you for your time as well, and yours too.
It's going to be
Thank you
longer.
both. Okay. Any oral communications from the public? Anybody? Are they still zooming in and everything? So nobody? Okay, let's move on. Approval of the minutes. I've had the opportunity, took a look at them, already signed them. They looked fine to me. I didn't have any questions, everything, pardon?
I moved to accept the minutes as
Yep.
presented to the
I
city
second.
commission.
Thank you. Minutes are approved. Reports. This is a time of staff information items. We have a whole bunch of reports that were submitted by Erica. They are from May, June, and July. I've had a cursory glance at them. Everything looks fine. The way I see it is they're doing their job. And I don't like to add any more burden unless this is a report for, this is a report that that Erica does for you monthly, Ron, and you just share it with us, or is it specifically for animal control?
This is
Commission.
specifically for animal control. Erica does present these every month as a monthly report.
Okay.
She sends them to me, and just, we have all kinds of end-of-month reports for the department. This just happens to be one of them. And we do print them out for your benefit.
Okay, thank you. All right, I just didn't want to make any extra work for
There's
her.
no extra work besides the few pieces of paper.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
Adoptions were going good. I've been seeing that on Facebook.
Yes, they're doing a great job on adoptions. They're just doing a great job overall. And I know we keep singing their praises, but that's a thankless job for sure. And they're doing a slam bam job, so appreciate it so much.
I do have one question though, on the dogs that are being euthanized. Is that, is the number so high because mostly we don't have a place for them, or is it?
So what I have done, if you'll notice, I don't know if I did it in the month for May. No, it wasn't an issue there, but for June, the most recent month that we just did a few days ago, what I did was when I see that those numbers are higher than, I guess we'll call normal, because I know that y'all are going to have questions, I will have Erica put, if it's above normal, why were there so many euthanized dogs for this month? So at the end of the June report, dated July 5th, at the end it does tell you why
Oh, that's great. So the other information, she summarizes it there. And that's right. Okay, that's great. Good. I think if we just continue to keep reading, we'll find out then, right?
Yeah, we should. I
Okay.
should.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ron, for that clarification. Like I said, I just didn't want to make extra work for her and for any of them and for all you guys. So there you go. Thank you. Is the shelter stats okay with everybody here?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, good? All right.
I mean, it just-
Yeah, the May report information, other information, the Walmart contribution, are they still online with us or back online with us? At one time, they were not going to be able, they were going to shift their distribution of certain items, and dog and pet food was going to be one of those, and they were no longer going to be able to supply food to us.
I can answer that if you're aware of that. We did go probably a month without anything from them. It was a very short time. They are back with us.
So they are once more, this distribution center
They are
is
still
handling it.
donating, damaged bags.
Good. Because that was a big concern, what, a year ago, 2 years ago, that they were not going to be handling it in this center anymore.
No, they've been great, again.
Good.
Okay, thank you for asking that, Jerry. That's good to know.
That
Thank you.
definitely helps on the cat side.
I haven't seen any of it, so. A lot of litter, which
I was
is
gonna say, you
extremely.
said you got litter.
Extremely well received because it helped a lot of fosters and a lot of shut-ins and people who are, low income who could really, really use it. So it was really helpful, so it's appreciated. Okay, so we did that. You have my little red pen. Scheduled matters. Yes, Jerry?
Maybe on one of the subsequent reports, but is there an update on Ben's medical condition? You see his medical leave was extended.
He retired.
Did he retire?
Yeah, it shows it on one of the
Okay.
reports
Yeah,
that
I
he,
think the last
one.
that he did retire.
Medical retirement, or was it a
I don't know.
job incurred?
It was a retirement.
Straight service retirement or disability?
I believe it's a service.
Ben?
It's in the June 6th one, the last page. Jerry,
Yeah.
okay?
He became full-time just in time to retire.
I know. Isn't that how it goes? I just dropped something.
The top of the microphone.
Oh,
Oh, sure, there you go.
Oh, Mary, you're doing something. Sorry. All right. It just flew.
Called wind sock
Is that what it's called?
or spit sock.
Spit, oh. Okay. Okay, is that everything for the reports? Anything else?
No? The only questions were already asked, so,
Okay, Jerry, anything else?
No.
We're good? Sean,
good.
Kathleen?
I'll wait a little bit and interrupt you and go back to something.
Go right ahead. I'll just ignore it. Okay. Okay. Now, our scheduled matters, the first
Wait a
one.
minute, there is, Costco. Costco's stepping up too.
Where?
Last page, July 5th, donated 4 times.
So we're getting from both places then?
June 5th, isn't it June?
No, it's on-
Costco's the new one, just started with
Yeah, it's the last report, page 3, July 5th, dated July 5th.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's fantastic. Cool.
Yeah, are people like Walmart and Costco, are the appreciation been shown to them for their contributions and donations?
It has, and,
More than just a handshake or a thank you?
yeah, what's happening, and it's not on scheduled matters, but if I may talk about the shelter, this is like the first time ever that we're not talking about the new shelter. So I'm gonna talk about the new shelter.
I was going to bring it up as a
we
matter
got
of
there
I
yet.
was too.
Give us a chance.
So, we had, when this first started, it was anticipated that it would be, mid to late summer when it would be finished. That's changed. And for a change, it's a good change. It will be done right after, turn of the year. So
Nice.
it's, hoping to be sometime in January 24th, actually.
Sweet.
That's
So that's good news.
it's fantastic news.
So part of the new build is going to be basically a donor going to be in the main office when you walk in.
Okay.
And it is going to list the folks that have been with us along the way and donated. So we are going to show some appreciation for those folks that way as well.
That's a great
Somewhere,
idea.
somewhere there's an employee or a manager or a supervisor who's responsible for making these things happen. I would like to see that, and you guys can agree with me on this, if you have an officer who does good things, you can congratulate the department, but that officer needs to have some appreciation shown too. So if there's an individual that we can specifically point out to show our appreciation to them, just for their resume, I don't think it would hurt us at all.
I can do a little digging and find out who those specific people are.
Thank you.
And mentioning the new shelter, has there been any word on whether or not they're going to name it after Augie?
I requested it at the last council meeting. What I'm not really, and I tried to get with the, I think I had a question for Ron. We've just been hitting and missing everywhere. I don't know, what I'm not really savvy about is how do you word it to, when you go to the council? Because I want them to make a decision then and there.
What, that they don't.
Are we talking about the ordinance?
No,
Naming of the.
naming,
Yeah, they don't, they won't do it then and there. They'll put it on the next scheduled deal.
You have to ask them to put it.
how do I get that? Do I just contact the city person for the agenda and tell them, add it to the agenda?
You would contact Fernando Gabriel Morada, is his name. He's the deputy city clerk, and he's the one that handles the agenda.
He's the one who gets things done.
He does.
Okay.
Usually, yeah.
And he'll probably help me how to,
I have no doubt.
how to, what I want to say.
Probably if you tell him what you want, he'll just do it for you.
Awesome, that'll work. Okay,
So then, before we
awesome.
get off of the new shelter then, when it's ready and they're gonna be moving everything over, you're gonna get together with like the people that have been involved, and per se us and all those volunteer people, Shannon and all them, to help get all the animals over that we have? 'Cause a lot of us have crates and trucks and, you know,
This is gonna be brand new for me. I've never been involved with a move like this.
It's gonna be big.
Houses, never an animal shelter, so
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna go.
because I know a lot of us have trailers, trucks, stuff that can help, you know.
And we're willing to.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But that's something we need to be very careful of too, the animal rights, if there's animal rights activists, it's gonna have to be done in a very,
Most likely, we'll utilize the libraries for there, and it'll take us, a day probably to get all the animals over. We can discuss whether or not we want there, but like Gary said, probably until we have the fire and not go there, the animals.
Yeah.
not like a fire or flood where we all hook up our trailers and go all horses.
Done that before. Okay, just thought I'd ask.
That's okay. No, this is a good information for us to have.
Why can't we afford to get here? I can help more, I just don't have the time to. I got enough of them in the military, I didn't know. Next.
Okay, next. Scheduled matters. First one is the update on the cat ordinance research.
Okay, what I found out is, and I didn't print it out because my printer died. Tulare does have an ordinance, spay and neuter ordinance for cats at 4 months of age. But even though I've done the research on it and we found it, that there is cities that are doing this. It's not the right time, I don't think, for us to be trying to change and making up that cat ordinance, because everybody's struggling desperately. They can't really afford to, get their cats fixed, they're doing the best they can. But, yeah, and with the economy the way it is, I just don't think it's the right time.
Well, I think it's vague for a reason, to be honest, because I know Jerry had mentioned that, and I agree, is that keep it vague, because then you can kind of have some wiggle room. And also, there's a lot of opportunities for people to get their animals fixed, to get their
Yes.
cats fixed. I am always telling them, I have vouchers to help you through Cat House on the Kings. We will help you. And I get takers, and when I check our balance at Cat House on the Kings, hardly anything's been used because they're not doing it.
Yeah, no, they're not.
So we can do, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right.
You can lead a person to trap a cat and take it to wherever and give them the opportunity for a really low cost, and they still don't do it because they're gonna have every excuse in the world. So it's still gonna fall back on the people that do all the work as usual.
Yeah,
And if we wanna make a change, we just keep doing what we're doing.
yeah.
And hopefully it rubs off on them, we hope. But I think it's always going to be an issue, especially with towns of this, the ethnic, differences, the cultural, also the income levels. We're still considered one of the poorest counties here,
Yeah.
with all other kinds of social problems. So we just do the best we can. So we're gonna just pretend that never happened then.
Well, the other thing I found on that too is the state has an ordinance in their food and agriculture code for spaying and neutering cats too. So, but,
We don't want the state
well,
involved.
we don't want the state, yeah,
No.
we don't want the state.
No.
involved.
Hey, is that, any thoughts on that or comments? We're good?
The free roaming part is just gonna be tough.
Well, they're gonna roam anyway. I've got 1,000,000 free roaming dogs in my yard, on my street, okay? So, there you go. It's just the way it is. Changing of the guards, chair, co-chair, ordinance requirements. Discuss that, please.
Yeah, there is I can't remember what the ordinance number is, but there is an ordinance that every year we're supposed to change or vote to have a changing of the guards, so to speak, or we can leave it the way it is, where it is in the plan in the ordinance.
And when would it be due? Tiffany, do you know? When,
I think it's June or June.
I do not know when it is due.
Like, we need to pull that up.
I know we had that problem before the COVID.
and I think that was the issue, but
Yeah,
it
and we
became a
changed.
big issue, and I don't want to avoid that. So we can either keep it as it is now, if everybody's okay with
I
that.
second that.
Okay, there you go. There you go. That was painless,
All in favor?
painless.
So I think for something like this, you have a nomination, right?
Yes,
And then you have your second, and then you would have to vote
yes,
as a group.
that's true.
So then you have to have a majority for that to happen.
Okay, well, I.
Make a motion that we leave it as is for right now.
I second.
I agree.
I agree.
So all in favor?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Aye.
You got 5 ayes?
I,
No, I've only got 2.
Behave.
Yeah.
I'm one of those.
we're going to leave it as is. And then we have here, so that one's done, right?
Yeah.
Spay neuter ordinance.
Okay, that one was mine. And I'm bringing this one up because I know that we have that 4-month ordinance to spay and neuter our pets. But when I took my pet, my dog to the vet and to get information on what I needed to do, because it's been a long time, they're actually a new guideline from the Veterinarian Association that we wait 12 months to allow for skeletal maturity. I don't know if it's worthwhile to possibly suggest that we extend from 4 months to maybe 6 or 9 months, or leave it as it is.
I think,
I would leave it as is.
I know dogs do go into heat.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it. I mean,
I think what we need to do is pull that one and look at it and read the whole thing, because I think it's written in a way, because like for me, we have poodles. It's breed specific. I don't care what ordinance there is, my dog's not getting fixed until it's had its second cycle and is at least 18 months old, because it does mess with the body.
Right, and that's what mine is also, I think, breed specific.
Yeah. So I think we need to look into that one a little bit further and see if it's.
maybe
I
there's a
thought reading
way,
it, I saw something about,
well, maybe there's a way that you can do a case-by-case business and just go and talk to the animal control people. Instead of making it a giant ordinance that has to be selected.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
Because then you'd have to go to each vet, each breed, and if you have verification that this is it, and not just pulling stuff off the internet, you gotta have verification.
oh, my
Yeah.
vacation.
Well,
And a vet.
what I did is got it for the ordinances, I got a letter from the vet to ask for them for, to.
Yeah, but we can't, I don't believe we can change a whole ordinance.
Well,
The ordinance does say that unless, like, with the doctor's note.
I think the
Vets
ordinance
know.
does say that.
So
yeah,
that's already
so-
covered kind of in the.
So it's covered.
Yeah, and again, all we would do would be to make
Be
the
redundant.
suggestion to council. They would have to actually make the change. We would have
Right,
to
that
give them
was-
our
yeah.
suggestion for the write-up.
Yeah, so I say, okay, so you just, it was mainly
In order
just
to really look
just
at
to
that,
bring it to
I
our
would want it in
attention.
front of me so I
Yeah,
could read it.
I
and
was
see
just
its
bringing it
wording.
to your attention, what the guidelines are from the vets and.
And then Lacey did say that there's kind of a clause in there.
Yeah,
But it- Yeah,
Now,
Okay,
medical necessity.
them.
And
Okay.
if
Go
the
for
vet
it,
is
too.
already saying something like that, then they're
Yeah.
obviously gonna give you a letter.
Yeah,
covering
and
you
it's-
Until,
it's not easy, it's not difficult to get some kind of an agreement and waiver from
Right.
animal control as long as they're
Yeah,
in the
well, I
know.
asked Erica specifically, and that's what she told me to do, get a letter from the.
Okay, then, so she was, there you
So
go.
we're covered.
She's good, okay. Moving on, Debbie's canine vaccinations, what's this?
Okay, I was speaking with Deborah Davenport here not too long ago, and she mentioned that someone had filed a complaint, she didn't say who, against her for giving out these $10 vaccinations. And the person that made the complaint stated that she was making profits off these vaccinations, and she's not. She's only charging $10.
Okay, now,
So-
hold on. Right now, I'm gonna have, I don't know if this is an appropriate place to discuss this, because that sounds more like a civil matter between Davenport and the other lady.
Well, actually, it's not. What it is that we can ask if there could be some special consideration from the city, possibly to go authorize her or give her the okay to do those $10.
I can't, I don't know. That has to be like a whole legal, that's a whole legal issue. We can't just say that. I think, to be honest, I think
Anybody can be stopped from giving a shot, right?
we-
So, I mean,
anybody can give a shot.
yeah.
Anybody can give a
Right.
shot.
our own dogs.
You buy them at Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
You can buy them from Revival, as
Right,
long as you got to
and I
remember. as-
understand that. The issue
Right.
is because of this complaint, she's now stopped doing the shots.
And that's her prerogative. Okay, I mean, I personally think it's a legal issue, and it's, you know, possibly against that person individually, because it's like, I don't know, is it
Like
slander?
slanderous.
Yeah, I think it's more of a civil case, and I really don't think that we're in that we have the capacity to be involved as a possible legal, as part of a legal fight, because that's also a private business.
If someone's complaining, thinking someone is making a profit or doing something good,
Yeah.
That's
what difference
crazy.
does it make?
Yeah.
As long as they're doing it properly.
Yeah.
I mean, we certainly can't ask the city to endorse this, because then that opens up a whole nother can of worms.
Yes.
But if she's doing everything properly and correctly, what I would recommend that she do is that if she has a veterinarian that she is friendly with, to talk to this veterinarian to make sure, to assure herself that she's doing everything in an appropriate manner. And it could be that the veterinarian could write her a letter saying that we have discussed her methods and we find it to be appropriate and within the bounds of not practicing veterinary medicine.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, Jerry, sorry to interrupt, but
That's okay.
I agree with Captain Wynn in that, the fact that I don't know that this is necessarily commission business, and that.
Yeah,
my concern
it's-
would be commission is offering advice to Debbie and not another, you're saying she could do this or she could do that, I don't think.
She's not giving right.
What I was thinking of,
You're right.
Captain, was years ago, I learned about a practice of equine chiropractic, which I was very dubious of, until I did my due diligence on it and found out that it's a real thing. And I'm now a certified equine chiropractor, or as I like to refer to it, equine skeletal maintenance technician.
That sounds
But
fancier.
before I even considered it, I talked to Jamie, just to make sure that she thought that it was an okay thing to do. I didn't ask for her endorsement. I just wanted her input if she thought that I was going to be infringing on her business or that I was going to be practicing some form of veterinary medicine. And she assured me not. In fact, over the years, she's referred a number of clients to me. That's all I was thinking of, if this individual. Not as a, we can't do it as a commission, but if you want to talk to her and say that it's your opinion, not our opinion, your opinion, that she could do something like this.
Yeah,
And I think that
didn't
would
think anything about
take us,
so-
that would take us completely out of the
And you're
equation.
right. And you're right, so, yeah.
Would that be-
I didn't think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I say, it's just.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
I understand the concern on the I just think that,
Yeah.
it's not like the commission came out and said, you should make a profit, right? We didn't-
No.
No,
That's up to her. If she wants to make a couple bucks off of it, more power to
She
her.
can. I mean,
As
especially
long
if
as
she
she's not
buys some
giving
and stuff.
rabies, then
Right.
you can buy all the rest of them at the
Yeah,
feed
that's-
store.
yeah, you're right.
They can, you buy them at Tractor Supply,
Yep.
buy them from
I
Revival
think-
directly.
I think that's enough said.
Yeah, okay.
All good?
Well, you know, it was brought up to me, so I thought, well, I'll just bring it up and find out
That was good.
the information.
You done good. You done good.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. Any more things to discuss since you're here? We already went through the scheduled matters. Are there any more oil communications from any of the public?
But wait a minute, we need to talk about another 10 or 15 minutes, so the guys will have all the equipment set up, and I won't have to do it when I get there. I already dropped the trailer off, so they've got it there.
That's a good plan.
That's okay, I'll just sit in my truck and play
Well, I
with my
can show
phone.
There
you,
you
I can show you my puppy pictures.
I'll go help set up equipment.
Oh, and are there any other matters to discuss? Okay, real quick, my homework's going to be contacting Fernando Moraga, the deputy city clerk, and tell him what we want for the council to approve.
Yeah, read it on the agenda. so.
Yep, okay. And anything else?
Just tell him if he doesn't get the council to approve naming the facility after Augie, we're gonna spray paint over anything that they put on the building.
Can do that. We all
We're
know,
gonna go
we all
gangsta.
know people.
Yeah, we're all old gang stuff.
I know somebody that makes some.
I think we all know those people, right? I know I do.
I'm sure you'll handle it
I
in
could.
a politically appropriate manner.
Okay. Well, it is 6:27, and I say the meeting's adjourned.
Now, could you read all